Hey, how's it going everyone? So today I thought I would make a video unboxing this Pokemon Game Boy Color Special Edition. It's completely unscripted video. Like I don't do YouTube that much. I just upload odd things here and there. Mostly gig videos so far, but hey, I found this in a box in the garage. Interestingly, I was building like a game room up at my current house. So I thought, oh, I'll go through the garage at my parents' house, find out what I've got going on there. And I found a box full of all Nintendo handhelds, and amongst it I found this. So I didn't have this from brand new. I don't know who had it initially. I don't even remember like how I came about it. I just remember having it at some point. And opening it to see what it was like and then boxing it back up. It was open when I got it. This sleeve does have a bit of a tear here, but apart from that it seems in pretty good condition. I do have a cold as well, so you might just have to bear with me a bit with that. The garage that this was in did have issues with damp. I had a GameCube in there and the Game Boy player was attached to it, and the Game Boy player is now inoperable because of the water damage. So just to give you like a rough idea of the conditions, but I still got that disc, so that's good news. But anyway, here you can see, includes Pokemon Crystal version game pack. A quick look around the box. This is just a sleeve thing to go around the console. As you can see, taking it off, we have a nice, pretty much good condition box. It does look a bit swole at the top. I'm not sure if that's because of the extra paperwork they shoved in there or like just the box, but you can see where the seal was. That was gone when I got it, so I've not like, if it was me I'd have probably just sliced it and left it on there, but hey ho. There is a seal on the bottom still and it's like hanging on for dear life, but not sure how much is left, how much life is left in that. So yeah, there are several versions of this with like different screen protectors. This one is among my favourites just because it's the one I remember from when I was a kid. So a couple of my friends, the first console I had was a Game Boy Advance SP, but a lot of my friends had games before me. I was like kind of the last one to the party. And one of them had this, and I remember it being like really cool. I did have another one of these that was like in really beat up shape, but no idea where that is. So let's open it up. I apologise for the weird camera angle as well. I don't have a tripod, so I'm using like a Nintendo Switch stand, but I've had to zoom in a little bit so I'm not like getting all the stand in frame. So right off the bat we have the batteries. Probably collector's mistake number one, excuse my manky fingernails by the way, is leaving the batteries in the box. I probably will leave them out before much longer because like, I'm probably lucky that they haven't leaked already. So they're right on the top. Here we have a load of paperwork that's like, seems as though it's jammed in there. So, as we see, I think there's actually something else in there. Yeah, here we go. So we have this, the first thing we have is this like little sort of poster, which is, right, I'll take this off the stand for a moment. A bit of a nod down like nostalgia way. Like we have this sort of thing advertising all the Pokemon stuff that you could get, like there was the N64, and a couple of Pokemon N64 games like Snap Stadium Puzzle League. I do have Snap, physical copy. The rest of them, you can play Puzzle League on the Switch Online. I think Stadium's coming soon. But yeah, I think this looks as though it was like just as Crystal was released, because this makes no mention of it. So you've got like the Game Link cable, the trading card game, the Pokemon Mini, who remembers those? And on the other side, as I'm saying, a bit odd, Like, there's no mention of Pokemon Crystal, and that is included in this pack, so you'd have thought that that'd have been one of the sort of big hitters at the time, but there you go. I do actually have that green N64 upstairs in the games room, but some good games on there. Not really a fan of the Mario Tennis, but the others pretty good. And there we go. So just put it back up there. So that's some sort of promotional thing. Then we have the Crystal version trainer's guide. You know what this has got? This is just like a... I'd imagine you'd get something like this if you bought the if you bought the game separately on its own. So yeah, that's that. And then you just have some Game Boy Color stuff. I'd imagine that's some guarantee thing. Maintenance, I've seen mentioned on there. And then we have the instruction booklet. What instruction you need besides insert your game and turn it on, I don't know, but let's take a quick look. Introduction of the system, list of stuff. So yeah, basic stuff really. And there's the there's a sort of thing where like you can play original Game Boy games on this system. So like there's the to change the sort of color palette on the start screen that it will use for the game. Anyway, so I opened this up the other day after finding it, and I was pretty surprised. There we go. We still have we have the original bag. I'm sure I added the tape like when I first got it, but we have it still in the bag. I have had it out before. And there you can see Crystal in the Game Boy. That has been out, but I don't want to do it too many times because there were a few scratches with where the thing has been taken out a few times. But as you can see, look, the labels are pretty much in mint condition. And there we have on the front. There we have the power button, IR blaster, the external port, and the volume control. And on the bottom we have the power input and the headphone jack. So yeah, let's see if I can get some batteries for this. And actually, I had some in my pocket, so let's pop some in and just have a quick see. I hope I'm not like taking value off it by doing this, but I've done it many times, so I've never thoroughly played anything on it, but like, you've got to love these screens on the colour light. You have to like really have them tilted to properly see them like in the light. Yeah, so I literally just, oh, the save file is corrupted. Yeah, the battery's gone. So I started a new game on it the other day, right? And I clicked save, and when I clicked continue, it had saved it. Like I could load it back up, but we're now like, that was either yesterday or the day before. So the battery clearly has died, but I'm guessing it's like just on its way out, which is good going, say it's been 20 odd years, but I'm probably not going to change that for now because I have got 2 other copies of Crystal. Yeah, so there we go. There's the Pokemon Game Boy Color. Pretty much the unit itself is pretty much mint. I mean, like the only issue that I could see was I don't think it had ever been out of the pack, but there is like, oh, that's not a scratch. but there's like a little, that will all rub off, but like there's like a little chip there. So I kind of feel like that's, I don't know what that's from. So yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching, guys.